We're good to call.
Okay, I will call the special called board meeting to order for Lowell Light and Power, April 23rd, 6 p.m. Roll call.
Chairperson Beecham.
Here.
Vice Chair Fonger.
Here.
Board Member Crawford. Here. Board Member Cadwalder.
Here.
And Board Member Chatham. Here.
Okay, shows that we're all present. Approval of the agenda as presented.
So moved. Supported.
It's been moved, supported. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment. Currently, we only have the general manager and 5 board members here. So we'll move on to action items. Number A, transformer purchase authorization.
All right, so I think I've mentioned this to the board a couple of times, but we get ready for next fiscal year in our capital projects. We obviously look out further with lead times getting out there and inflation. So what I'm bringing tonight is just a request to proceed with ordering 23 overhead single-phase transformers. The total order would be $57,164 to be price adjusted at the time of shipment. That's standard practice for all transformers at this point, but additionally, I guess some additional information, we have started making fewer transformer orders and making them larger. Pretty much we try to get down to a single phase transformer order in a year. 3-phase pad mounts we order throughout the year as we use them because we keep fewer in stock. But as Ryan was looking to next year and looking to the projects, the voltage conversion projects, he's identified these transformers as necessary to continue with our efforts for voltage conversion. Typically transformer orders wouldn't come to the board, but since this at this point would be considered an unbudgeted item, my spending authority is $25,000. Even if we consider it as a budgeted item in the upcoming budget, it still exceeds my $50,000 budgeted item threshold or spending authority. So we're just bringing this complete order to the board. Couple things to note. We proceed with this order, we will, or if we're given the authority to proceed with the order, we will issue the PO tomorrow, and we would expect transformers sometime mid-3rd quarter this year. So they'd be here late summer, early fall, and would align well with some of the projects that we still have going, or that we have lined up for next year. Other thing that I'd like to point out, just as a reminder, we've had numerous issues with transformers, and sometime a few years back we standardized on an ERMCO transformer as the manufacturer. It's a high quality transformer. We've had no issues with them, but because of that we can't competitively bid our transformers either, because transformer manufacturers do protected territories, so we can only get ERMCO transformers from a single vendor. So what we do to make sure that that price remains competitive and we're not just getting hosed on it is we talk to our peers, price out other manufacturers, but ERMCO transformers continue to be competitively priced. They're reliable, so we don't see any need to deviate from our standardization on ERMCOs at this point. So it's my recommendation to authorize the general manager to proceed with the transformer order totaling $57,164, subject to pricing adjustments at the time of shipment. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? And then I would entertain a motion.
A motion that we approve the transformer purchase.
Supported.
It's been moved and supported. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Part C, general manager, I'm sorry, I just want to get to it here. Insurance update, I'm sorry.
No, this is just a real quick update. I want to try and keep the board, and I actually need to pull up, my computer crashed right before we got here, so I have to pull this back up. But we met with Charlie again today. since the last board meeting, we took board feedback, really dug into, I don't have somebody to help me. Oh, it is right there. That's on the other one. Oh, well, I don't know what I'm doing with this, so we're just gonna move forward. Actually, it must be on the other one. I want to try this one more time. All right, so we started, again, just wanted to provide an update. We took the board feedback based on these 4 plans. Current plan, the top plan was our current, the next closest, and we have to renew it, and then the 2 alternative options that we reviewed last month. But really just wanted to provide an update. We've done, took board feedback, heard one of the big themes was offering options and providing some choices for our employees as to where they get their, or what plan they're in, and really wanted to target a low deductible plan and a plan that would be HSA eligible. So we, in the image that I have is not a high quality image, so it's a little grainy, or a little grainy, but you know, we're looking at offering, you know, in terms of a tentative proposal, looking to offer the Priority Health HMO 500 and the Priority HMO HSA 1600, and these 2 slides are, I've emailed them out to you, so you have them. But the 2 plans are the one low deductible plan, moving to a $500,000 deductible. It's a higher cost plan, but it's more likely to be attractive to the higher premium participants, and that creates some unique challenges. And we're also, because it's considered a low deductible plan, we're limited in our opportunities to leverage other tools. We can't offer an HSA, we can't offer an HRA either with it, which is something that I wanted to look at, because there's some increases in your maximum out of pocket, and increase in deductible, moving from the 250 plan to the 500. There's increase in deductible, increase in your co-insurance, and increase in your maximum out of pocket. So wanted to explore what options can we use to help bridge that gap for people, and there just aren't out there. And really what it comes down to, and Charlie had mentioned it, is in order to get this price certainty insurance plans, to have the copay structure, you're gonna pay a little bit of a premium for it. So it handcuffs us a little bit, because the people who it makes sense to be on that are the most expensive. So if you look at the difference in what we would spend, it's hard to justify sweetening that pot anymore, because those are higher dollar plans. But the major benefit is you have that copay structure, you have price certainty when you go to the doctor, you know exactly where you're going to be. The other plan we'd like to offer is the HSA, the Health Savings Account eligible plan, the Priority HMO HSA. It has a $1,600, $3,200 aggregate deductible. And what we would look to do, because there's quite a bit of savings there, and we'd like to make sure that we offer 2 very competitive insurance plans, is pair that plan with an employer-funded HSA. The employee can make additional contributions. They receive favorable tax treatment for making those extra contributions. There is an annual cap on it, but we are proposing $1,250 for individuals and $2,500 to be paid out. We hadn't really gone through all of the structures, but this is kind of where we're looking at. The HSA plan is, I think, a very comprehensive plan. So we're kind of trying to balance providing an opportunity for employees and their families to stay on the traditional plan, where it's you pay a copay and that's it. But like you had mentioned, Tina, that just comes with a premium, so we're a little bit more handcuffed. When we go to the higher deductible plan with the HSA, we get quite a bit of opportunity to maneuver the HSA a little bit. So it does bring our total increase in insurance contributions, that increase to somewhere between 3.6% and 11.5%, and that will depend on who goes and who doesn't go. where our savings is. And again, I just, more than anything, want to try and keep the board refreshed as we make decisions, or as we evaluate things, because I think that we're going to need action at the May meeting, or we're going to have a special call meeting to approve this. So again, I know you haven't had any time to really digest this. We just met with Charlie today. We were able to get in and really review this in more detail and made quite a few changes, really last minute changes today. But I don't want to share individual impacts, but if you have interest, I can strip some names out. And again, I would prefer not to put them because we have a small group. So some of our analysis makes a lot more sense when you look at the individuals and the differentials between what we pay for, what it costs us to provide this benefit. And we run into the challenge that the people that probably makes more sense to be on the priority HMO 500 are the higher premium people, and they're wanting to stay on the plan that has the higher premium. So we've got some things that are working against us, but this isn't set in stone. We're still digesting it. Even up till about an hour ago, Megan and I were manipulating some things and looking at different ways to spread this out, or different ways we can carve this up. So
The 1250 and the 2500 is just kind of born out of the math.
yeah, it came down to a few factors, but it really was math related, and how much savings we have and what we think is what balancing, creating a good option.
Yep.
And how much can we cover? How much is too much to cover? How much is enough? What's the balance between Light and Power having skin in the game and the employees? Because the way that we have operated under the Healthy by Choice plan is, each year there's increases. And it's not like there's no medical expenses with that plan. So trying to just blend the impacts a little bit and trying to balance what's good for what sets Light and Power on a long-term plan that potentially is more sustainable. I'm not going to say it is, because it's the insurance world and I don't have a crystal ball, but it's trying to balance a lot of things, but heavily dependent on the math.
I mean, I think offering the two plans like that, it's great that we have 10 participants. Because having to pick one of those would probably put some people in a worse off position. So I'm happy that we have the ability to offer both those plans. My concern on the payment on the HSA, because I think it's a great idea to kind of even it out, is like if we ever have to get to a point where we walk that back. Like, throwing it at the wall, right? And people are going to go HSA, some people are going to go, low deductible.
Sorry, go ahead,
Would
finish.
we be ever, just to be not in a position where we go like, oh no, we made the HSA people somehow better off. We should,
I
like perceived inequality between the two plans.
So there is inequality in the two plans.
Yeah.
There absolutely is. But naturally there is for our plan. The plans there's inequalities between employee, what it costs us. So
Sure.
So there's a lot of factors in this, but I can tell you that I would be comfortable if 100. We set these numbers so that we would be comfortable if everybody went HSA.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or everybody went the other way. And that's where it kind of caps. If everybody were to go to the HSA plan, it caps this year's increase at 11.5%, which is down from just under 20 of renewing the plan. So we got to a point where I can comfortably say, you know what? We can offer this and it's sustainable moving forward. Because the other piece of it, and what Charlie had mentioned to us, is these HSA plans, every year the deductible will increase just a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll go from 1,600 to 1,650 or 1,620, whatever that is, but every year it will go up. So we wanted to get to a point where it's a balance. You don't wanna have to say, oh, we didn't give nearly enough, but we also don't wanna say, hey, we're gonna give you $4,000 in more than cover your deductible. So where's that balance of not having to walk it back, but also not having to chase the dog's tail every year going, oh, we gotta add more, we gotta add more. Where can we get to a spot where we think we'll be comfortable for at least a couple years, and that's all think.
Yeah.
I wish I could commit to anything insurance
Maybe a
related.
little bit result.
Yeah, and really, the insurance companies, what changes are they gonna force on us? I mean, the insurance companies are going to dictate some of what we can offer, what we can't offer. I will share that there are other, again, we looked at HSAs, HRAs, we even looked at medical reimbursement, executive medical reimbursement plans where, there's other mechanisms to try and bridge the gap. And we even looked at, and one of the things we did kind of last minute was look at what if we tried to keep the 250-500 plan, but that one goes to an 80-20 split instead of a 90-10 split. We really tried to carve this up a bunch of different ways, and really, I'm happy to get into any of the details of what we went into, but it kind of landed on, this is where we can be comfortable, and this is what I think offers employees a good choice. I want to offer 2 plans that beat the market, 2 plans that we look any employee in the face and say, you can pick either of them, and it depends on which one is right for your family. The first one, definitely, the HMO 500 definitely has higher total liabilities, but it takes longer. There's different factors that matter. You have strict copay structure, so you're going to meet your deductible slower because you're only paying your copay instead of paying the full cost. So there are balances, but I think that HSA plan really, once Charlie comes in and is able to talk with our employees during open enrollment and educate them, there's a really good opportunity in that HSA plan to have employees make meaningful savings towards their medical expenses, whether that's, for me personally, I'll take whatever the difference is in what premiums are coming out of my paycheck and immediately deposit that into my HSA. What it would have been, there's a lot of different ways, people that have known medical expenses, if you know you're gonna have medical expenses and you have an HSA, you can, divert that money pre-tax over to your HSA. So there's different ways of using the HSA to individual advantages, but at the same time, some people are going to be less comfortable with that change. They're going to have more unknowns elsewhere in their life and not want to take this one on, or will have medical unknowns that they don't want to, and that fixed security is valuable to them, but as an employer, we're also limited in what we can offer in that plan to help bridge the gap and the increase in expenses they'll incur because they want to choose that price certainty. So I think we have more flexibility with that HSA plan.
Any other questions? Okay, let's move on. General manager review. We're going to, if everybody votes on it, then we will do a roll call vote. But for a closed session under MCL 15.268, parentheses A. And I would entertain a motion to go into closed session.
So motion?
And support.
Support.
And we have support. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Charlie, if you do roll call.
Chair Beecham,
Yes.
Vice Chair Faunger,
Yes.
Board Member Crawford,
Yes.
Board Member Cadwalder,
Yes.
Board Member Stroud.
Yes.
All right,
Okay, we'll be going into closed session.
I'm going, if we're,
Any decisions that we make and everything will be done in open session.
I am going to stop that recording. Oh, pause it. We're gonna pause that recording.
stop that one.
And then
Plug the computer into the,
it only has one outlet in it,
oh,
so limitations. That's why we're testing it in this meeting
There you go.
and not a
let's
regular
step
meeting.
into it.
Okay, we are back in open session. We're done with the review of general manager, and we would entertain a motion.
Yes. I'll make a motion that we do both together, that we provide a 1-year severance, and that we provide an increase of the salary by 5% to $158,340.
So I would just, it's basically, I would just suggest the 5%. So if it's not to the penny or whatever, Megan will figure that. I mean, that's what we assume it's gonna be,
It's
but,
gonna be close to that, but yes, 5%, that's the
and,
motion would be 5% and the 1-year severance then, yep,
and the car allowance
would stay unchanged.
would stay unchanged.
Do
Okay,
you need a support?
yes,
I support.
okay. The motion is, raising the general manager's, salary by 5%, car allowance remaining the same, a year severance, and we are also, not at this time, but we will be looking at, after information from the lawyers, setting up a contract, 3 to 5 year contract. So with that, I would like a roll call for this.
I can do that. Go Chairperson Beecham,
Yes.
Vice Chair Fonger,
Yes.
Board Member Shraven,
Yes,
Board Member Cadwalader,
Yes.
and Board Member Crawford.
Yes.
Okay, it's been moved and moved, seconded, and passed. Any other, where's my,
That was
next
everything.
regular board meeting is, May 14th. Board comment, Daniel?
Yeah, I got a list of things for you, Charlie. Things I wanna see you grow into. I'll pass those along. Not all right now, but things I wrote down. I just wanna say, thank you.
Tina?
I thank the board for a lovely night, going over this information. And thank you, Charlie, for staying with us. You know, your hours, and I'm proud of that.
Andrew?
I just want to say thanks for these short 3.5 years you've been here. It seems like it's been short, but it's been a long time. Great work so far, and you can tell your daughter she has a great taste in socks.
She will love that.
Craig?
Thanks for being here, and yeah, I hope that doesn't change. And let's get out of here.
Yep. My comments is, obviously, it was, we did the process a little bit different, this year.
Hold on a second, sorry.
That's the tornado.
No, it's that bad.
No.
It is both.
Just pop the door. I'm sorry, I thought it was a tornado warning.
No.
Yes, yeah, tornado siren's going off.
Do we have tornado plans for this
Yeah.
building?
Yeah, it's gonna get the hell out. No, I'm gonna check, firstly, we tend to, here, let's go ahead, we'll wrap up, I'm gonna check the weather.
So anyway, real quick, we got tornado whistles going. Favorable review, and obviously, and we look forward to having Charlie for many, many more years. I would entertain an adjournment.
Move to adjourn?
I'll support it, 9:35.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.